Good morning. Today, we are going to learn how to appreciate a poem. In the last class, we read the poem The Tree, written by K.K. Darwala, and we learned what is a poetry. It means poems in general. So, what is a poem then? As per the definition from Oxford Dictionary, a poem is a piece of writing in which the words are chosen for their sound and the images they suggest, not just for their obvious meanings. The words are arranged in separate lines, usually with a repeated rhythm, and often the lines rhyme at the end. So, how are we going to appreciate a poem? How can we appreciate a poem? There is more than one way to appreciate a poem. To appreciate a poem, you need to know the elements of poetry. Few such elements you have already learned in your previous classes are simile, metaphor, and imagery. And likewise, one such element is sound devices in poetry. Sound devices. They are rhyme, alliteration, consonance, assonance, onomatopoeia, and refrain. In this class, we'll be studying about alliteration. What is alliteration? Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sounds at the beginning of words or stressed syllables. For example, sing a song of sixpence. Here, it is the repetition of consonant sounds. Sing, song, sixpence. Next, they eloped alone to bell. Here, it is a repetition of stressed syllables. Eloped, bell. L. Eloped, bell. So, alliteration means use of same letter or sound at the beginning of the words that are close together. Alliteration can be used both in poem and in prose. Let us see an example for alliteration in poem. There is a stanza given in your reader from the poem Birches by Robert Lee Frost. Robert Frost is a famous American poet of the 20th century. I personally like his poem a lot. Though being an American, interestingly, his first work was published in England, and he is the only poet who has received 4 Pulitzer Prizes for poetry. You should read his poems, they are beautiful. Let us read the stanza given. They click upon themselves as the breeze rises and turn many colored, as the star cracks and crays their enamel. Soon the sun's warmth makes them shed crystal shells, shattering and avalanching on the snow crust. You can see the repetition of consonant sounds in the same line in quick successions. For example, the sound of C in as the star cracks and crazes their enamel, cracks, crazes, and the sound of yes in soon the sun's warmth, sun and soon. There are few more alliteration in the above stanza. Please find them. I'll give you clues. There are alliteration in the first, fourth, and in the last line. This is your section B question. Submit the answers along with your assignments. Let us see an example for alliteration in prose. I'll read out a famous line from I Have a Dream, speech by Martin Luther King Jr. He was a social activist and Baptist minister who played a key role in the American civil rights movement. He is the youngest man to receive Nobel Peace Prize, and the youngest person to receive Nobel Peace Prize is Malala Yousafzai. Now let us read the line. 5 scores years ago, a great American, in whose symbolic shadow we stand today, signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Can you pick out the alliteration here? It is the sound of S in the sentence score, symbolic, stand, signed. Find the examples of alliteration in the poem The Tree, written by K.K. Nazarwanji Darwala. For example, falling flowers. Likewise, Find the rest of the alliteration words from the poem and submit the answers. This is your Section A question. Writing exercise. Sumitra and Nikhil are disturbed by the rapid disappearance of valuable trees such as sandalwood, cedar, sal, and teak from the neighborhood forest. They write an email to the district magistrate expressing their concern at the disappearance of trees. They request him or her to take prompt action in this matter and punish the people responsible for such acts. However, there are mistakes in the email. Correct the mistakes. And the email is given in your reader. You must correct any spelling or grammatical errors in the email written by Sumitra and Nikhil. And you can also improve the email by improving the sentence construction. And you can also add extra points to convince the district magistrate. District magistrate is the district collector who is responsible for law and order and heads the police and prosecuting agency. So make your case good. My word bank section. Pick words from the poem that are parts of a tree. Submit the answers along with your assignments. We have come to the end of the class. Please write down the answers in your notebook and submit them along with your assignments. It was good to share the class with you all. Let us meet in the next class and explore more. Till then, adios.